which is when you've been around someone long enough, you'll see their patterns. Like, understanding life is understanding the seasons of life. We understood that a long time ago. The planet has seasons. Our winters sometimes long, yes. Our summer's sometimes really warm, yes, depending where you're from. In England, probably not. But it's true, There's seasons to life. So just because it's winter, and don't get me wrong, some winters seem long, some are real long. And sometimes they feel like they're never going to end, but it does. Eventually it will come around because it's a season, Same thing of how you're feeling. Once you've given yourself that time to really come out and express yourself and do the internal work that's required, which will be in the following videos, which I hope you guys will channel into more. But, there comes a time as well where you have to see that sometimes in winter, some people ski whilst others freeze. They utilize their environment. In the summer, some people burn. Some people go in the shade. Some people put sun cream on. Some people go swimming. So just as much as the seasons to the planet, the seasons to humans as well. And again, sometimes the summers feel short, winters feel long. That's just because a powerful negative emotion will override any kind of low frequency, kind of like good feeling. So if you feel on a regular basis, guys, let's say, like, let's just take a couple of emotions here. You feel depressed, anger, frustration. These are quite intense words, aren't they? And they are quite intense emotions. Yeah, and you put that against something that's like what? If you say you're content to yourself, or, I don't know, kind of happy, or fine. That's the worst E on the planet. There you go, that's better. You try and override these emotions with these, it just ain't going to happen. Because these are a very high, positively, negatively charged emotion, if that makes sense. Whilst these are a very positive, low charged emotions. So these are going to override these every time. Does that make sense? So, because the most powerful one will always override the other. So sometimes it's just about changing your frequency of emotions, understanding and sitting down and really writing down what you feel on a regular basis. Sit down, write down in a week what you feel, not what you feel every now and then. Put down what you feel on a day-to-day basis, right? Once you've got them 12 down, or how many ones you do feel on a regular basis, separate them, what you would deem negative and positive. Because sometimes your negative ones can be positive, bearing in mind. But that involves a bit of a deeper thinking, and the deeper thinking and a little bit difference in there with human development and people who kind of act differently. Some people will see negative as positives, but sometimes they're correct, sometimes they're not. Again, I'm going off topic there. But once you've written them down, I say 12 because that's what we, on average, we feel. But if you don't feel any up to that, that's fine. Let's say you only feel like 8, you only think of that or whatever. You separate them, like I say, and see where you're at. Because once you've got these down, you can understand now where you go to, what your emotional home is. And by emotional home, what I mean by that, guys, is they're your go-to emotions. They're the emotions that you go to every time. That's like your home. Again, it's not too hard to see once you've got this down. It sounds super simple, I know, but once you do this, that's where you can able to add in some more. Again, you've got 27 to choose from. You got 27 to choose from that you can implement now. It's probably stuff you never knew you could feel, right? Because words, as we know, have power to them. And once you got that, like I say, I encourage you to do that as a task. Write them down, and then let me know in the comments what your emotions are. I'd love to hear it. Love to get a chat going, a support system in like this in this video. Tell me. I'd love to hear what different people feel. Tell me a story. We can all be in this together. Okay.